Hey, God bless you. It's such a joy for me to be with you all today. Thank you so much for coming in. Just want to declare God has amazing things in store for you as well. You know, this is 2020, very, very crucial here, especially considering the fact that we're going to have the elections in the United States of America. And one of the strongest contenders for this election is none other than, my favorite, President Donald John Trump. Okay, much of it is because he has my name in it. So, but when we look at this, one of the questions that people ask me all the time is, John, you're an evangelist, you're a preacher, but how can you possibly ever think of supporting a man like Trump? The first thing they say is, look at his background. The first thing I give them back is, so do you read the Bible about David and all of them? Everybody messes up. Everybody has shortcomings, and I do believe he's a human being like every one of us. But in a very hard perspective, let me tell you this truth, that one thing we cannot say no to is the biased media. Okay, I think half the problem is because people are allowing media or media is penetrating into them to make them think the way they need to think. If I keep coming and bashing somebody, obviously the next thing is, even if you're not met that person, you will hate that person. That's the way I've seen. Not only media, anybody can do that, and that is exactly what is happening. I've seen so many instances where I watch all of those videos live. Trump's videos. I have a heart to attend one of his mega events. So Make America Great Again. I see those lives, and what I've seen several times is he would have made the same statement, but these guys would have cut that and made something out of it. And I can vouch and tell you that much of it is fabricated. And so it's very important that you and I need to understand in depth of what is happening in the country. And I know a lot of people, I'm not speaking just because of a blind situation. I know a lot of people personally who have told me this, John, our life has got better because of who's ruling, because we had the history's largest tax cut. We had the unemployment rates at its lowest peak, and there were so many countless reforms that he brought up and policies. And looking at all the dangers that's coming up from the Democrats right now, with all the scam of the impeachment, with no evidence till date. Okay, they just try to buy time and all of that just to make him feel bad. And of course, the world hates you because of me, Jesus said, and that's exactly what's happening, because he's standing up for God. Yesterday, he became history's first US president to go to March for Life. That is a pro-life event where it is against abortion. So if you look in depth, okay, we are just looking at the very basic approach, and to help you understand the basic about why as believers we need to stand with this man of God. Okay, he may not be perfect, but somebody said this, a pastor said this, he may not know the Bible yet, but he knows to put God first. And as children of God, there's so many reforms that he has brought that Pastor, can you share some more of these reforms that we need to look at and say, wow, he has done so much, but it is not coming out because of fake media.
Okay. So, first point, I just want to talk about the media a little bit. Okay. See, today's media, you should understand, they are not bothered about telling the news as it is. They have propaganda. They do propaganda. And whatever fits their propaganda, they add. If something doesn't fit their propaganda, they twist it. Okay, and there have been numerous cases against Trump and his supporters now, not just Trump, and his supporters, how their stories are being twisted and used, and some people in the media believe that their end justifies the means. Okay, they have some end, they feel this is the right thing to do. For that, they will take any means whatsoever possible. So, first of all, you should be aware of the fake media. Okay, the lying media or whatever you call it, because they're twisting things. There is too much information. Even last time, the WikiLeaks during the 2016 elections, WikiLeaks came out with information how the entire Democratic National Convention, DNC, just helping Hillary Clinton, which is Hillary Clinton's party's national convention, they were in very close relationship and very close tie-up with the media, and how media people were informed well in advance of how things are going to go. All these are illegal in the US, so they were doing all these things. So a lot of collaboration, which is illegal. So these things were going on for a long time, and ever since Trump became the president, they were hell bent on removing him. And as I said, this last impeachment thing is going, overbounds. One thing about Trump is, even one Democratic supporter whom I spoke to, even he told me, if only Trump can tone his language a little bit, it will be good for him. He told, I am a Democrat. I didn't vote for Trump. But looking at this has happened around a year before, around 2 years into Trump's rule. He said, I'm looking at his actions, not bad. He said, not bad. He's been doing better than Obama, who was actually speaking a lot and doing very little. So he said, but the one thing I don't like is, why is he have to
speak like the way
tweet like that? Maybe he can tone that down. That's in case if I have an opportunity to meet President Trump, I'll definitely tell him, this is one area where you can, because your work is too good. See, I'll first talk about the unemployment rate. Unemployment rate is a 45-year low. Okay, 45-year low. And look at the arguments that the opposite camp is able to give. So far, none. There is no argument against it, because this is coming in magazines that are neutral, neutral in the sense they are economic magazines. They don't have any, magazines like Forbes and reputed international magazines are all saying American economy is doing pretty well. So initially, they said,
it's going
to crash, it's going to crash. But many people are predicting by December it would crash. But it got some finest numbers by December. And the main thing that is driving the whole thing is consumer enthusiasm to spend. People are willing to spend. So, that is a very nice sign. Contrary to India, where it's the reverse. Nobody is willing to spend because everybody is afraid whether if I invest or put money somewhere, what will happen to it. So that's a very nice thing. Consumer sentiment being positive is very good. So that is going very good in the US. And another area I want to talk about is the prison reform, which Trump administration has been doing. And many people who are benefited out of the prison reform, mostly are the blacks. And none other than Dr. Ben Carson is leading this entire effort. So he is doing a fantastic job. Even in this front, there is no argument against Trump. And some people who say that no, only the rich people got the tax cuts. There is also some truth there, because only a rich man is
having to pay more tax.
Not just taxes. Only a rich man will hire somebody. If I am broke, I don't have money, and if I am just able to get my ends meet, whom I am going to hire? So job creation, this is something. But politically, this is not a famous line, because people think rich people are bad, and rich people, the term itself is wrong. So that kind of mentality is there among all societies. But still, the tax cuts have done a good job in terms of bringing down putting the economy on the right track. So that has done, and yes, the prison reforms have been going very good. And one more thing which no media actually spoke about. It just came because it was Trump's own. He was announcing it, so it came. See, everybody knows about the wall. They say the wall, he's building the wall. So that is one issue which the Democrats feel is a waste of thing. It's not needed and it's discriminatory. All these things they say. And in that whole process, they say Trump is anti-Hispanics. Like, he hates them. He hates the Hispanic people. Yes, of course, they use one statement he made in 2015 about how people are, coming from Mexico and doing a lot of illegal activities, which is, nobody can say it's not happening. So they use this particular statement to say he hates entire Hispanics. In fact, they said he hates blacks, he hates Hispanics, he hates brown people, he hates everybody. He's a white supremacist. So all these funny theories. So you won't find much base except allegations made by Democrats or media people. Apart from that, if you take his policy and say, this policy is against white supremacy, is against blacks or brown people or Mexican people, what he told was, he was striking a deal with the House of Representatives and particularly the Democrats The deal was, he said, you give me money to build the wall. I will give path to citizenship for 12 million illegal immigrants who came here when they were children. Like, in the sense, they were carried into the country. They didn't walk on their own, with their own free will. They were minors or well young, in like maybe less than 10 or 5. So those ages they came in. Obama called these people dreamers and did nothing for them. So Trump said, you give me money for the wall. He told the Congress, spoke to the Congress. He said, you give me money for the wall. I will give path to citizenship for 12 million illegal immigrants like the dreamers. Okay, this article, this news came just once, never again. Why? And Democrats opposed it. They were not. See, they call themselves savior of the oppressed people, right? So it is like too good to be true for them, like Christmas for them. Why they refused? Simple reason. If the 12 million illegal immigrants are going to be given a path to citizenship by a Republican president, they are going to shift to the Republican Party forever. And 12 million is not just 12 million, because many other Hispanics, the entire argument of the Democrats is going to fall. That Trump is against Hispanics, he's going to kill them all, crush them all. So all these things, making Trump the boogeyman won't work out anymore. Or the Republican Party as the evil party, Hitler's party, won't work anymore. So the Democrat Party opposed it. So, there are a lot of other things to speak about Trump, but I'm saying he is called anti-Hispanics. Okay, look at what he did. This is the offer he gave, and he's called anti-black. And look at the prison reform that has been going on. And on top of that, an economy that is doing extremely well for black families and also for Hispanic families. And some recent polls have actually rattled the Democrats, because some of the recent polls have found out Trump to have approval rating of 30% among blacks, which is like he got 8% of the black vote. Now 30% black vote, if that it's going to be remotely true, leave 30. If Trump is going to get anywhere between 15 to 20% black vote, Democrats are finished. And looking at the current cycle, I don't think anybody is having the firepower to actually compete against Trump, because of the groundwork and the policies that he has done so far. So as I said, yes, his own mouth is sometimes his enemy, because he talks things, he could have spoken it in a different way. See, Obama got away with so many things because he knows how to smile. And many people don't know this fact. Obama dropped more bombs than Bush, yet got the Nobel Peace Prize before he could do anything. He got Peace Prize for winning an election. So that's where the Nobel has gone to. So amazingly, no media is asking any questions on this. And I believe Trump is right when he says he deserves Nobel. He says the wrong president got the Nobel, he says. Because Trump's rule, except, the Soleimani killings happened and few bombings here and there, relatively peaceful. And Trump's, basically, his policy is anti-war. He doesn't want to take America to any war again. So, even when the Soleimani thing happened, many people were, including me, even I was skeptical. I thought, again, there's going to be another war. But, it was not so. So, we should give credit for him in multiple ways. So,
I think, rather than just judging him by, or just not just Trump, but anybody for that matter, this is a life lesson for all of us. Like, rather than judge a person from what's happening at a distance, try to find out from the back end what is actually the truth. Because a lot of things that's being portrayed is not this. Even one more thing, when regard to killing of that man, all the media just said it was just a general in Iran. But nobody said that he was a terrorist who killed thousands of people. So, that the words have the power to change people's mindset. Oh, why did he kill a general? And I was also watching this video recently from a person who escaped, or she came, an activist from Iran, and she said this, that much of the millions of people who they showed on television that are mourning for the death of the Sulaiman, they were actually brought to come there and just cry. Like, they were actually said, come, we're giving you money, come and have lunch in the city. This is little words that was used, and they were asked to go and, they kept flag of the United States and Israel and said, walk on it. But actually, she said much of the people there said, no, we love Trump. So actually, the truth is, media never portrays these things, but people know the truth, that there is a person who loves them, and he's a friend of them, and he's supporting them. And so today, if you're from America, I encourage you, 2020, you are going to vote for Trump, okay? And but if you have questions on all these things, I want you to think about it, okay? Don't just blindly go by it, but just try to understand there's so much in it than what just meets the eye. And I hope this brought out a lot of information and insight to you about the current situation.
Want to just add one more point. Political persons, okay, as a believer, any political person, I would say you pray and discern the person rather than going by news. See, information, we have so much information in the world, so many sources in the world of giving information. But how do you know they are right? How do you know they are not driving an agenda from behind? I would say you pray and ask God to guide you, and you go by discernment. So certain things by information you cannot say, you can go by discernment, prophetic insight. Even before this impeachment whole thing started off, I saw a video where a prophet, an African prophet, I don't know, I forgot the name, he released a video even before this entire thing started. He said how the spirit of Jezebel is very angry against Trump, and how they're going to try to do something, but how Trump will overcome that. So 1 month or 1.5 months after the prophecy, this impeachment thing started. So you should understand there is powerful dynamics, okay? The spirit of Babylon, which doesn't want the kingdom to rise. It's it is working. See, I would not say Trump is the ideal candidate of Jerusalem, God's heart and desire. He may not be the ideal one, but he has shown something to even the so-called believers who are believing for a long time what can be done. When Trump was initially coming up, and whenever I could see him, I would see this phrase, Spirit of Caleb, written all over him, Spirit of Caleb. And look at, I think around 70 plus he fought for the presidency, and one day he would be, in morning he'll be in one state, one coast, the east coast, and in the evening he'll be in the west coast, same day. That kind of energy he showed. Hillary, who are at the same age, could not do that. That you cannot totally deny that all these things are random, there is divine providence behind a lot of things, a lot of these things. So we would say that you pray and discern, and then go, rather than just going by information by some news outlets.
Especially with looking at the current situation, like with the Democrats, the kind of people who are running for election in 2020 with their agendas of abortion, and they want to make it socialism, and they want to remove God from the picture. The country is going to go into a very tough time if such an agenda is brought in. So you and I are we are in a position where we can either pray, or if you're from the United States, you can act on this and say, let me take the right decision. And there's a word of encouragement I want to leave with you if you're worried about the impeachment thing. This is also for our everyday life example. If you notice, the lower house, the Democrats won, but the upper house, the Senate, the Republicans won. So even though the lower house thought they were able to impeach, then they're so happy, they were actually sending souvenirs and all of that. What you need to understand is, it's not over till the upper house says it's over. And God told me this, it's a word of encouragement for all of us in our everyday life, that the enemy, who's the lower house, may try to impeach us and try to get us down. But your good news is, it's not over till our upper house, Almighty God, says it's over. So I hope this message blessed you, or gave you insight and taught you something, and changed your perspective of and understanding of these things. And until next time, may God bless you, and may you like and comment and share and subscribe if you're not done so. May God bless you. Amen.
We hope you were blessed by this special program by the John Gifter International Ministries, and we are looking for 2020. God bless you.